Suppose the president were to send an order to not let anybody out of federal prison at the end of their sentences, claiming that is what voters want. Would the remedy be every prisoner petitions for habeas or mandamus or a jury trial or cash compensation? Now, suppose the president sends an order to round up and lock in prison everyone who ever received a fine for riding a bicycle in a national park. Would that have the same remedy or court process for relief? Now, suppose the president sends out an order that the word fine in CFR 36 or individual case records means indefinite detention, so that anyone who ever paid a ticket for riding a bicycle in a national park goes to prison. Would the remedy for relief still be the same? The president is not saying he is locking people up without any process to see if they have broken the law. It is simply a disagreement about what the law says. $100 fine means indefinite detention. Is some process required for the executive branch to reinterpret the law to reduce people's liberties? In other words, what is the separation of powers for legislating in the executive branch to mass transact the liberty interests of a large group of people without needing a fact determination process in each case? Does the executive branch need due process in each affected individual's case? Or can they transact every individual's liberty interests by changing the law without needing a process to examine facts in each case? Does the president need proportionally one case or no case to simply argue what the law means? And does that court proceeding come before or after people are imprisoned? Can every executive branch employee legislate or interpret his own laws or argue about what the law says? To change the process or remedy, to turn every criminal case into a habeas petition or lawsuit instead of a jury trial or even a Fourth Amendment hearing? Can the executive branch choose the process and venue for writing laws or regulating liberty interest infringements, or be enjoined to follow a specific process? If due process in each particular case is not needed in advance, when there are no special or disputed case, specific facts, does every individual need to asymmetrically file individual petitions to protect their liberty interests against executive branch legislation? Or does one petition or order need to be filed to enjoin the executive branch from rewriting the law or taking some standard action without due process? In other words, a legislation hearing.
Not in here. What case are you citing?